Alright, boys and girls, we're going to get started here shortly. The music you're listening to is the actual Stellaris music, which is best in fucking class. But now you're just hearing a boop and no music because time to load up the game and get started. So, hello everybody. For now, it's just sort of me and a big black screen, and then we're gonna see if we can get the game to load. That would be awkward if I loaded the game and it doesn't. There we are. Much better. The music is super loud. I'm gonna adjust that. Good catch. I had to reinstall all the everything, and so perhaps unsurprisingly, all of my settings got nuked. Let's go fix that. We're gonna crank everything down to about there. Wake up a bit more. Make sure that there's nothing that I need to be particularly woken up about. I had a good night last night out at the Fireball here in Madison, so I might have enjoyed myself a little bit too much. Alrighty, so here's the deal, guys. We're going to be going for 2 hours today. I had a look at the numbers from last time I did this, and what I've noticed is that a 4-hour stream for a game that's not session-based is just too much. Like if we were playing PUBG or something like that, people are going to come in, watch me play for 30 minutes, see me do a thing, and then fuck off. But stopping and playing Stellaris for 4 hours is just ridiculous. So we're going to go for 2 hours today, just 2 hours, and that way everybody can follow along the adventures or misadventures of the Xyrus Directorate and see what happens. Game sound is still a bit loud. Let's adjust the desktop audio then a bit. Why don't we do that? I'm just going to crank that down a bit. And we'll see. Let me know, guys, if you think that the music is correct. Tilt 3D wants the, let's see, answer from Fozzie, one from me. If I was a sandwich, what type of meat would I want inside me? That's a good question. If I was a sandwich, I'd probably want to be really decadent and delicious, so probably some sort of a good medium rare Kobe beef. That's what I'd say. Alrighty, so now we are going to go dive back in. Everybody's saying that we're good. So like I said, we're going to go for 2 hours. We started 10 minutes late because my computer had to be reformatted. And actually, even on my end, the music is still too loud. It's good on the stream because I adjusted it for you guys. But even for me, wow. Okay, that should be a little bit better. What add-ons do I have? The main add-on I'm going to be playing with today is the 1080p UI overhaul. Can you join the game? Unfortunately, you cannot join the game because it is a single-player game. Alright, so let's take a look at where we are and where we left off the Xyrus Directorate. Now, as you can see, we have the start of, I'm not sure whether this would count as wide. Tilt 3D is saying that I'm muted. That's interesting. I guess that's a good way to fuck with people, is you can just be like, hi, you're muted, and actually everybody can hear me. Yep, it's all good. You might not be retarded, you're just eager to help out, and that's still cool. Alright, so let's figure out what the hell is going on here so we can show people what they missed from last time. So, what is going on with the Xyrus Directorate? This will be the start of stream overview. We have several enemies that we have figured out exist. We already knew that the blood... Let's go through contact by contact. So if you're just tuning in, if this is your first time and you want to know who the hell we are playing the Xyrus Directorate. In many ways, they're kind of like Goonswarm, except that they're pacifists. The Xyrus are They like Arctic worlds. They're thrifty, so they're rich, they're industrious, they got lots of money, they got lots of industrial backbone. They don't like to move around much, and everybody hates them. They're repugnant. They look like aliens that destroy everybody, but they're actually peaceful technologists. Their civics are mining guilds and mechanists, so we have robots who farm for us, and we're fanatic materialist pacifists. So because of that, we have kind of a challenge when it comes to war. Essentially, like, we need to take all the good territory we can, because these assholes we're surrounded with here, we can't just exterminate them. Like, they have to declare war on us or it gets complicated. And who are the assholes that we're surrounded by? Well, we have these, like, weird little... I just listened to that shit. Weird little theocrats. So they are militarist fanatics. This is the Blessed Disalliance. These guys are up here. Okay, so we're probably not going to get along with them. Oh, wait, we don't get along with them. They're rivals, but they suck, so fuck them. We also have the Geico Geckos. These are the guys we discovered the last stream. They're on our eastern border. We didn't know anybody who was on our eastern border over here, but now we can see we've got the fucking Geico Geckos who are honor-bound warriors, and they look like samurai gecko douchebags, basically. Fanatic militarists and spiritualists. Okay, well, we can't be friends with them either. Who can we be friends with? Well, the closest things we have to our friends are these guys, who are a fallen empire of militant isolationists who hate everybody. And we get along with them better than any empire out there. They are our closest thing to a friend. Robots who farm like Gara. That is a perfect analogy. Zypho. And then the Shabtak Imperium, who are these guys down here. And we have hegemonic imperialists, authoritarian militarists. So basically, we're surrounded by assholes. The good news is that even though we are surrounded by assholes, if you look at the power levels here, we are either equivalent fleet power or superior, and our technology is second to none. As you can see, our economic power is pretty crazy. Let's take a look at our planets in review here. We have just built a Mar Prime over here. Let's take a look at our borders. Put on detailed mode. So here's Poitot. We started at Xyrus, which is our homeworld. Xyrus is pretty heavily built up. We've maxed out almost all the population there. Looks like we're building our last farming robot, and then we're done there. So these are our farming robots. They're pretty cool. And then Poitot, of course. The only named system in this sector of the galaxy. We've got more pops going everywhere. So this system is coming along. We need to figure out where we want this guy to go here. We're trying to work on our research, if I remember correctly. We've got crazy engineering power. In fact, in general, we're just doing a bunch of crazy shit. So this is probably gonna want to build a science lab here. This planet doesn't have any science on it yet to speak of. We already have a pretty significant building queue here. Yeah, so like this whole system is going around and it's going to be upgraded, and then by the time that this process here is done, it'll probably be ready. This pop will probably be completed, and I'm rich as hell anyway, so fuck it. Actually, I must have just spent all my money. What did I spend all my money on? I think I spent all my money on destroyers. What do we got going on over here at Null? Null is getting built up. This group here is almost done. Null does not have a queue, so we need to tell these people what to do. How are we doing on power? We're doing good on power. We're doing on this. Alright. I think when in doubt, the Xyrus way is to mine. So we're gonna first unpause the game, crank it up to fast speed so we can do this, and just get some good shit going. And remember to go back to Null as soon as the next tick happens. Okay, that building doesn't matter. So, would it be fun to have an Imperium-wide Stellaris tourney? Sure, it would just take like 30 hours. Drop the music another few percentage, says Jay. We'll do that. That should do it. Everyone who Mittens can't identify with is a hated life enemy. That is essentially like real life, as Ezra Argent points out. My head is in the way of the planet views. Let me change that. Let me move my stream here, guys. Hold on a moment. If I go like this, that should be a little bit better. Thank you, Ezra Argent. Planet strategy is very important, and I need your assistance. This is a thing for those of you who are relatively first-time viewers, is I haven't really played that much Stellaris before. I've never gotten to like the cruiser level before, so it's important for me to actually get help and advice as to whatever the fuck. So we were going to go over here and we're going to build a mine and have this person go over there. Over here, Poitot. We're just doing some planet maintenance here, guys. It's important shit. Okay, we are actually at the point where we can upgrade 1DQ1. It has everything but minerals to get a planetary shelter on it. Good on that. Over here we have Amar Prime, which is our crazy-ass world, which is deep. We colonized very, very deep into the galactic core to get here. And it has some like crazy autonomous fabricators and shit on it. It's a pretty badass world. 1DQ1, we're just going to wait until we get 200 more whatever before we can upgrade this.
Technology secured.
How many pops do I have? I'll have to check that up in a moment. Okay, we finally got biolabs. Yay. Look at all that beautiful tech. So let's see. We could clear these tile blockers. We could also get general habitability. Let's see. What do you guys think? We usually throw technology questions up to the audience because you guys are better at this than I am. We are working on spaceship power, as you can see, in general here with these techs, which are going to be done relatively quickly in Stellaris time. And let's see. Apparently there's a humble bundle deal on Stellaris right now. That's interesting. I'm thinking I'm going to go for, let me see if, do I have any gene clinic? Well, it does add Unity. It's relatively inexpensive. This is a rare tech, so like in Stellaris, they like draw techs out of like a technology deck, like a deck of cards, and you don't know what you're going to get. But in this case, because I researched this from some other basically quest chain, it's rare, but these two are going to stick around for a while because I basically killed amoebas. I think I'm going to go for the gene clinic based upon the advice of everybody. So where were we? We were looking to upgrade this, and our next tick for minerals will be able to get our planetary capital. It looks like from the stream that my head is now officially out of the way of the import planet screen, so that's good. There we go. So that's going to be pretty significant once that is done. Then we can upgrade all of our other buildings here and generally kick ass and take names. So I think our planets are in general are in pretty good shape. Amar Prime is building a spaceport, and then something else. This here, we just have to wait for these pops to grow, basically. Or build, as the case may be. Am I winning yet? That's hard to say. Alright. So, let's go dive into what we're doing with our ships, and just figure out what's up. So we have a bunch of construction work that needs to take place over here. We have our main fleet over here, which had come out to this territory to clear out a bunch of bad guys. We also have these guys. We had started spamming destroyers as fast as we could to get up to our military cap. And one of the reasons we were doing that is because the bad guys we just discovered right near us, and we wanted to not be inferior, such that they wouldn't try to fuck with us. The biggest blocker that we have with our... Let's take a look at our ship designs. Okay, so we actually have some power this time. Looks like we're researching more power, which will be done in 10 months. So I think I'm going to wait for another 10 months before I bother like upgrading all of our ships and everything. This inactive building doesn't matter because we're still building a pop. Go away. Alright. Suggestion to build over my cap to my energy limit. We're just gonna speed forward time. Let's take a look at our traditions. We're going down Discovery, and we've got 2 years to the next one.
Charted.
That's right. So we had at the end of the show last time, we had just discovered these fucking geckos, and these are a warp empire, not a hyperspace empire, because we're playing with different types of entity. So we're sort of out here, and we built this frontier outpost because we wanted to try to block these guys off from these planets. We just didn't want them to get that, since we can't just declare war on them and kill them because we're pacifists. So now we're working on developing all of this with our massive fleet of constructors, and we do have a lot of fucking constructor ships because that's how we roll. So I'm actually going to wait a tick.
Star system charted.
What a meek and despicable, deplorable old nation we are. Well, they don't like us. We already knew they didn't like us. That doesn't tell us anything. Okay, so this science ship here has finished exploring. We already have a science ship over there. This one's the next one for our border expansion here, so he's going to go there. Alright, now that we have enough ticks, I'm going to have him build some mining stations. I should rename that to Piggles. Have I closed borders to them? I believe I've closed borders with all these motherfuckers because I'm rivals with them. Yeah, borders closed all the way around with all of these people. And, yeah. Rivals everywhere.
Construction complete.
Alright, we are just, like, building as fast as we can over here, which is pretty similar to Eve.
Now that we have explored some of our neighboring stars, it might be time to extend our reach.
Oh, maybe we should have a tutorial outpost. That's great. Because I had to reinstall the game, that is a... Drunk Canadian gifted a sub to Snowman1234. That's pretty badass, thank you for gifting that. Alright, so we've got mummified remains. The tutorial crap has turned on, which is kind of annoying because... How do I... Actually, let's see. Like, how do I turn off the tutorial? Map modes, map modes, map modes. Whatever. We'll deal with that later. What was I doing? I was looking to try to get some important shit built. I'm going to turn AI exploration on for this group up here now that he's finished doing his thing. Build more mining stations. This was a whole bunch of nasty alien vessels. This was a automated dreadnought. And now we're getting our ships upgraded again. We have plasma thrusters, which is pretty badass. Alright, what do we got? Oh, that's pretty significant. So what are our options here? We have droids, which is like the biggest, most badass thing I've seen yet. We, of course, are big on robots here. Robotic armies. In terms of what we use these guys for, though, I mean, I guess the main reason to go down this pathway is to upgrade to synths later on. Right now, like, they're better in mining stuff, but they're not really all that different as far as farming goes, which is what we do. How do I put upgrades on the ship you already built? Well, you upgrade the design and then you press the upgrade button. Let's see how expensive they are in terms of time. So that would take me 42 months to do that. The alternative is I could reveal the resource in 18 months. Build speed, 18 months. I think I'm going to do that. And then when this finishes in 7 months, we're going to upgrade all of our ships. Right now we've got everybody doing things, which is good. The only place that's not doing something right now is Xyrus, which should be crapping in more ships. Basically, now that we're at this point, we're going to just keep making destroyers. Now that we generally have our planets doing what they need to be doing. Let's take a look over here. Oh, we don't need any of those things. Can we upgrade to a mining network 3 now? Did we get that technology? I guess we have mining network 2s. Go us. I think we're gonna do that. Where's my next pop building? Over here. Okay, so we are going to do that, and we're going to build a mine here so we can get a resource bonus from proximity to the planetary administration. And we're just going to do this early because we have the cash and otherwise we might forget about it. Spaceport has everything that it needs. This spaceport here also has everything that it needs, though it could be upgraded a little bit more. We haven't done that yet. We do eventually want to upgrade all of our spaceports all the way. And Xyrus is not yet building a destroyer, so we should fix that. Alright.
Construction complete.
Surface tiles on habitable
What made me
planets
pick
are
a
sometimes
pacifist
blocked,
faction out of
preventing
curiosity?
their
Because
use.
I had
Clearing
never
a tile
actually
bond
played a
takes time
pacifist
and
before, and I
costs
wanted to have more
minerals and
core
energy
roads. It
credits,
just seemed
but
like
the
a
free
neat thing to do.
space often makes it worthwhile.
Alright, I'm gonna go to the settings real quick here and turn off the tutorial. Actually, I'm just gonna turn it off. Yeah, I'll keep it on tips, why not?
Tips are enabled. Tutorial missions are disabled. Visit.
Alright. Where the hell? Oh, that's good. That's a good little place. We will have this ship here. We can just keep working on that. What weapons does my race use? We are using missiles today.
Construction complete. Star system charted.
Lots of things happening.
Construction complete.
Lots more things happening. Alright, construction. So a lot of this right now for us is just building up a shitload of, frankly, goody huts. I'm going to build a research station, even though it costs me, because we're, economically speaking, in really good shape.
This is
And now that the science ship is done, I'm going to put this on auto explore as well, so we don't have to worry about it as much. Fuck off.
The spaceport tab is where we
Fuck
view...
off. It's going to be a process.
Construction complete.
Mar has upgraded itself, that's good. Look at all those upgrades available now that we have a planetary administration. Let's rack that up here on Poitad here. Alright, this pop has already been built, and we are currently building a hydroponics farm. That'll be the last thing in their queue. And then we're going to upgrade all of this shit. 4 or 5. Yeah, Poitad is going to be busy for a while. It's probably worth it for me to get more power here, because you can never really have enough, and this is going to get a bonus for proximity. Alright, what are we doing here? Null is good. And I did see the advice that, as I said, on Null to the right of your capital is a good place to drop a gene clinic. That's right. That looks pretty cool. So gene clinics will be ready. Fuck off. Gene clinics will be available in 3 months. So basically nothing. We're gonna have like a whole big tech revolution here, where suddenly we have cold fusion, so our ships suddenly get a lot cooler. We have a board construction ship, that's never good. That one is not in our empire yet. That is going to be a board construction ship instead, until these guys expand a little bit. I'll just move there and hang out for now. I am getting good at hitting the fuck off button. That's correct. Thank you. Skills to pay the bills. All right, Xyrus has built. Everything is building everywhere all the time. That's again, it is a Delve analogy. All right, so 1DQ1 finished building. Wow, look at that. So now we can upgrade all these things. That's going to take some money. So we're going to wait for a tick or two. And then we're going to have, there we go, more tech. Cold fusion power. Synchronized defenses is a rare technology which allows you to upgrade the defenses on your spaceport. The challenge is that it costs a power to maintain. If we click away from this, we probably won't get this again because it is a rare tech. The challenge about rare techs is they pop only every so often. On the other hand, I don't really think synchronized defenses, like, just because it's a rare tech in Stellaris doesn't mean that it's actually good. So here we have a bunch of other potentially competing ideas. Improved deflectors is really cool. Because it would actually enhance all of our shields. I would probably want either combat computers to give us basic combat rolls or to upgrade our existing shields. And let's see what we got. Yeah, deflectors is nice because we already have shields and we're headed that direction. We don't yet have basic combat rolls for our combat computers, so yeah, I think the general consensus in chat, and I agree, is that synchronized defenses is crap and we're not going to do it here. So it's really a question of deflectors or combat computers, and the fact that we just got cold fusion, so being able to jack up the price of all of our ships either way. Not having combat computers seems sort of bad. I mean, they're both good. They both cost about the same. They're both important upgrades to all of our ships. I think I'm going to go for the... How much does this take? 34 months versus 27 months. It's a long time. Do I have anybody who specializes in computers?
The Leaders tab lets us hire, dismiss, and assign idle governors, scientists, admirals, and
Nope.
generals.
Alright, we're just going to go with that. We're going to go for computers. Okay, so now that we've done that, we're going to fix a couple of things over here. Xyrus has finished with a Corvette, but we need to save our money here. Okay, so what are we going to do? Now it becomes one big ship designing party. Fuck off. So before, we were really kind of screwed because we didn't have much in the way of power. Now we have more power than we know what to do with because, hey presto, we actually have cold fusion. So that's pretty cool. So I'm going to strip all this shit out here. And we've upgraded our thrusters, which is good. Our computers still blow ass. We've got nice upgraded missiles. We might as well put afterburners on it because it's not all that bad. Alright, so what we really want to do here is, like, deflectors, as many as we can get. They do kind of suck, but what can you do? Alright, we're going to need at least one. See, there we go. I could go for a third deflector, or I could go for a little bit of armor. With all of these bonuses and stuff, I think that we're going to focus on minerals as much as I can, because I have more power than I know what to do with. That's a pretty good piece of advice. If I got rid of the afterburners, I could potentially put on more shields. I think I basically just need to wait until we get the next shield upgrade. These shields are actually a lot worse than I thought, so I might change my science course from headed in the direction of all of those combat computer stuff, and I might go for improved deflectors. Because, yeah. Over here, in Annihilator in Corvette land, we have, like, crazy, crazy power. Like, we don't need this much power at all. Now, unfortunately, let's see. How do we make this work? More armor. So our Corvette design is slowly improving. Better thrusters, more power. Not too many shields, but still we have lots of interesting things available here. So now we have better upgraded versions of both of these ships. It's also important to remember to upgrade your other designs periodically. Just because these guys have we haven't built a colony ship in a while, but it's useful. Science ships, auto upgrade, that's good. They don't need that much power. Transport ships. And defense platforms we don't use, because as best I can tell, they kind of just suck. Do I know when DBRB is back? Pew pew stuff. I would say DBRB is like still in Australia, and apparently he's coming back now like a month later than he was planned. I have no idea. What do you spend the energy credits on for artisan? Like, I don't know what the artisan
situation
stuff
log
does.
displays
Fuck
a
off,
list of
fuck
all
off, fuck off. I'm in contact with the Artist Collective, and I don't really know what to do with them. Alrighty, so Xyrus, now we are going to
Military
spend...
fleets are used to protect our...
These guys here, I need you all to be upgraded. These guys here, I think I can also upgrade you over there. So everybody gets fleet upgrades. And then I'm going to try to combine these fleets.
Charted.
Cool. Waiting for this to expand. In the meantime, he has basically nothing to do.
Technology secured.
We're going to have him go into orbit. That outpost because he can. We're going to have you go into auto explore mode. And what do we got? So we finished building gene clinics, and now we can do some various things. Atmospheric manipulation is a terraforming thing. We can reveal a resource for more terraforming. We can get a pretty cheap naval capacity doctrine. The artisans, you can buy a building that produces 8 unity. Goddamn. That I did not know. I'll see about that. What do we think? We can basically reveal some natural resources. We can reveal some natural resources. We can do some terraforming stuff. Habitability bonus, food output. I think at this point I'm going to just... yeah, we do have pretty good food output. I think I'm just going to go ahead and reveal some of these resources and just sort of see what happens, because none of these are particularly appealing. We're not really in like hyper terraforming mode. We might have these resources, we might not. We don't know until we actually like research them. So fuck it.
Vessels upgraded.
Alright, our ships are getting less sucky. Our ships are not sucky. We actually have pretty badass ships as our empire goes. We just need more minerals. I'm going to open up a contact
screen.
Ah, fuck off. I'm turning tips off. This is ridiculous.
Tutorial missions and tips are disabled.
Thank you. Where were we? We're going to build some gene clinics. I remember that. I remember this being a perfect place for some gene clinics. Yep, look at that bonus. That works perfectly. Of course, we don't have a pop for it. Whatever. We'll get a pop soon enough. It's not like we're hurting for anything. Oh, we'll do that. We'll do that. Whatever. Fuck it. Q1 is still doing its thing. 1DQ1 could actually be building another farmer pop, but we actually have no need of a farmer pop because we have farming robots on all of our tiles where we would want them. Over here, we're getting close enough that we can probably just build this for when the time comes. And finally over here, this pop is still building. It'll take us another
Construction complete.
Right. We're starting to see construction ships just go idle because there's nothing else for them to do. So we're going to try to send these construction ships someplace else because this whole area is good to go. Not in our empire yet. We're not using the detailed view for the moment because it makes it easier for us to tell what we do and do not have as far as opportunities. I think we're pretty much good to go on construction for a while. Like there's just... We have goody hutted all that there is to goody hut, my friends. That's good. We have a few like random research stations and shit that we could do something with. Which we might want to do now that we've like got a pretty strong economy. Like we can afford to go through and put research stations on a bunch of that shit. Which we might not otherwise do. Put a gene clinic. Build a robot for the mine. Our robots don't really do mines, Azure. Our robots are farming specialists because our Xyrus are superior at mining than basically anybody because they're industrious and have mining guilds. Like, there is no reason for us to put a Xyrus on a mine. Put a robot on a mine. Our dudes are just better at it. Idle construction ships. We're just gonna let that sit for a bit. Put a gene clinic on any planet that isn't full. That's probably true. We're gonna work on cranking out. Oh, here we go. Speaking of upgrades, we built a science lab, and we're going to turn that into. I guess this square naturally had. This is a biolab square. Still waiting over there. At this point I might as well build a basic science lab because that pop is slowly growing. Let's see about building that gene clinic someplace useful over here. We have such a huge construction queue, it's not even funny. Look at that, that's beautiful.
Construction complete.
Industrial powerhouse.
Construction complete.
Good call about lowest monthly research. I will keep that in mind for lab upgrades next time. Alright, so we're just chilling and billing right now. Lots of construction ships just sort of awkwardly standing around because... Alright, this one actually has something to do that's useful. Beta Corvae is a great system. You can be busy there for a while.
Star system charted.
So far, so good.
Star system charted.
Noticing a theme here. Thank God for automated exploration. Scientist went up a level, that's good. Alrighty, what do we got?
Situation log updated.
Cool. Let's take a look at the... Scientist 3. This is a scientist who is level 5. We're going to have you just go ahead and research that project because you're like the best scientist we have. Alright, continuing to get cash.
Tactical retreat.
Whoa, what happened? Space amoebas! Fucking space amoebas. Alright, so that's not cool. It's time for us to send our fleets out to go kill those things. This is a good opportunity for us to also take our other fleet here and have it meet up with this fleet here. So we're going to just combine our forces.
Construction complete.
Look at this fucking system, guys. I mean, this fucking system. Ustyr is just nuts. Good stuff. Oh, this place is within our space. So I'm going to have this group over here come build some mining stations. So that'll give him something to do too. He's got to huff his ass on the other side of the galaxy to get here, but he'll get there eventually. Horrendous, what up, dude? Alrighty, so fucking space amoebas.
Foreign power is hailing us.
Oh my. The Grolferp Republic. They learned of our existence by listening to communications from somebody else. Honor-bound warriors, fanatic militarists, spiritualists. What is with this? We are the only materialists in an entire galaxy full of spiritualists. Like, everybody else in this galaxy are fucking Jesus freaks. They have... Interesting. A democratic... right. We're just going to say nice things. These are at least uglier than we are. And thankfully for us... Okay, so this is actually kind of good news, I think. I could be wrong, depending upon the relations between these guys. Let's take a look at this. So these guys are militarists and honor-bound warriors, and these guys are militarists and I think also honor-bound warriors, which either means they're going to be best friends or eventually this border pressure, which I have conveniently made worse. Look at that. So because of this frontier outpost, the Bakshurin are going to have to grow either this way, which we'll probably have to cut them off up here, but there's nothing really all that valuable to cut them off with. But to fight over planets, they'll have to go over and fight the Grolferp. Let's see if they get along with each other. So the good news is that these guys are already rivals. They're also... Actually, this is interesting. It looks like the Grolferp and the Bakshurin have... one of them has worse fleets. Generally, our fleet power is way better than everybody else, so that's good. People are less likely to fuck with us if we have overwhelming amounts of power. Let's see. There might be valuable stuff up there. I haven't explored it. Let's see. Valuable stuff up there being here. You're right, I haven't actually explored it. I should probably send science ships to look in that direction. That's good. We got some terraforming liquids. I'll have to check that out. I know that there's not planets there because I've been through those systems with Corvettes. So there's no planets up there. We just haven't surveyed that area. So we'll get to that eventually. Borders closed. Are they going to try to rival us?
Anomaly found.
Whoa, wait a second. Did they just totally change their portrait? They were like the amoeba things a few seconds ago.
Construction complete.
Alright, you go work on that. They were like the weird Hydra things a few seconds ago. And now they're this. Did they like... Oh, that's weird. Founder species. Serviles. So this is a syncretic evolution thing, and their current commissar leader is one of their servile race. That's interesting. Fuck off. Okay. Where were we? We're busy having our fleets moving around. The scientist gains level, found an anomaly. Pop construction complete. That's good news. So now we can actually activate this building and start farming away. Xyrus doesn't have too much going on for it anymore because, look at all that fucking ISK. Let's go build some gene clinics. Oh, this is cool. So I can upgrade to a planetary capital here in Poitot. I have enough pops to do that. That's spiffy. This guy here needs me to build a hydroponics farm. And then I guess I could build a gene clinic here because it's a space that has nothing else going on in it. We'll do that to help hasten along everything else. We've got this going on here. We'll go ahead and we're going to wait for that to finish building before we actually do that. Where's a good place for a gene clinic next? Do we have any science research? No, we don't. So we'll put a gene clinic here. Eventually it'll get done. This guy here is almost done as well, which is good. Let's put a gene clinic on this world. It's going to take a while for this place to actually be useful, so let me think.
Construction complete.
Good research.
Special project complete.
I've seen whole squad guys play this game way better. Well, I've actually never played Stellaris up to the point of playing cruisers, so this is not an expert playthrough. This is a help me along as we have adventures of the Xyrus Directorate sort of game. So yeah, we're going to finish this up here, and then
Anomaly found.
all these things are happening. Alright, research that. Inactive building here. This gene clinic is just sitting there doing nothing. I think I'm going to have the researcher work on that. We will simply deactivate this building for now. And we will also deactivate this building for now, because both of them are going to be lying fallow for a bit as we grow these pops. And there's no real place for me to build more farms or anything. We need no more robots here. This is 1DQ1. This is the gene clinic that's scheduled. This is a dude who has nothing going on here at all, so we're going to have you swap out here like that. I guess we have to wait until that's like number 5 before that's ready. So it'll be a while before the gene clinic is ready. Okay, where are our military fleets? We're almost there.
Construction complete.
Let's pick our traditions. Leader experience gain or research stuff. Let's see. I think leader experience gain is probably the way to go, because we're already partially on this path. I'm not sure. We're going pretty quickly here. Survey speed 35 minutes would be nice. Also, research gains would be pretty cool. Leader experience. Alright, we'll do that. Okay, so let's figure out what we're doing over here. Research station. You're still doing nothing. Alright, this guy over here, I'd like to see him start doing some blocking research. That's a potentially good planet, it's just kind of tiny. Let's have him go do research like up here, and then we'll turn him to automatic research once we're... Oh, actually... Yeah, this is the dude who did that research project. Okay, cool, we're good. He finished his research project. We're gonna have him go explore crap up there. That should be fine. And there's nothing for this guy to do here. So we're gonna kill some amoebas, that's the thing. That's what's next for us. Our enemies want to have a defensive pact because they're dicks. We want to kill some space amoebas because fuck those space amoebas anyway.
Construction complete.
And we are just getting ready to kill the bad guys. Gas giant.
Situation log updated.
Where is this? Alright, you work on that. Okay, so now we're going to have these guys here also try to join the fight, that they probably won't be there in time.
Star system charted.
Merge our fleets. Alright, that's a bit better now. We've got our boosted experience gain. We have one big ass fleet, and we're gonna kill ourselves some fucking amoebas here because screw these guys. And we'll crank the speed down to normal
secured.
So we can enjoy the pew pew. Fuck these amoebas.
Construction complete.
Now I've got like tech and a whole bunch of other things to do at the aftermath of this battle. Success. Okay. Let's back out of this for a moment and focus on logistics. That's cool. But meanwhile, we actually have... okay, so we can get Hyperdrive 2. We can get lasers, which we don't really need. We can get better sensors, which we might need because we have crap for sensors still. I will research the Rex, that's a good idea. Let's see. Do I have plasma throwers? Nope, we are at only 33 years into the game. I don't think you can get plasma throwers yet. But actually, maybe you can. We're not doing lasers though. We're doing missiles. We're at Tech 3 for our missiles. Hyperlanes. We do have a bonus to researching this. And so let's do that. 29 months to better drives. We need to go clean up some amoeba crap when we get a chance. This guy out here is doing something or other. We actually have our own science ship in this area, finally, so we're going to have him do automated research. In that area. We need somebody to come through here and clean up all of these. He's already isolating the signal. You guys go repair. Okay. You finally finished building this stuff over here. You finished building that. There's not much for him to do in this area. This place is still not ours. He's orbiting, but there's not much that he can do.
Technology secured.
More tech for the tech throne. Okay, so we can have these things and reveals through. Okay, so that's interesting. Subdermal stimulation. We got a Borg there. Chemical bliss. Living standard. I think we have the academic thing. So habitability, we can do subdermal stimulation. So I did have a pith dust somewhere. Yes, that's true. So essentially, the reason why this Hefe the Cheese person is just asking questions about Whole Squad is, do you have wormhole travel yet? Maybe like every single question he's asked has been something like, Whole Squad's doing it better, Whole Squad this, Whole Squad that. It's sort of adorable. I kind of figured it was going to take him a few questions to actually get to the point of attempting to troll. But subdermal stimulation, xenobiology, interstellar campaigns. I've never seen this before, so I don't know if that's any good. I'm going to think about that for a second. Yes, I know. We didn't lose anything because shields are awesome. We need to upgrade our ships again, anyway. Chemical bliss, not worth it. I'm going to go for atmospheric filtering. See what we got here. Okay, we've got upgrades to include our new computers for everybody. This one here, we could also... Yeah, it's probably not worth doing that yet.
Special project complete.
Sweet. Country event. Oh, interesting. This looks like it's a reference to gas giant people that always makes me think of Ian Banks's algebraist books. Species will perish. Interesting. Okay, somebody like a virus bombed them. Most of them are dead. That's interesting. I've never done this event before. I will help them because we are pacifists. This alluring world. Okay. That's going to be a special project, I'm guessing. So we need to have a scientist. Let's take a look at this again. So we need to get somebody here. Actually, our friend in this direction is probably the best placed science ship to go do this right now. This ship here is the best place to go do that. And these guys don't have anything to do yet. Meanwhile, yeah, so both of those are going to get handled. That's good. And these guys are still, where are they? En route. Because we're at normal speed, everything is very slow. We're going to be doing an upgrade here in a bit. Wow, look at that. Somebody forgot to be building. I was chasing those amoebas around, and look just how much fucking cash we have. It's like, whoops, I was just kind of hanging out, and sorry guys, now we have more cash than we know what to do with. Alright, so we're going to upgrade our planetary administration. That's good. These people need a biolab because we finished building that basic hydroponic farm. Before we do that, and then we'll upgrade to planetary administration. And then we need a gene clinic here based upon our previous discussions. So that'll upgrade that, and then we'll do a gene clinic someplace else. We actually can't do a gene clinic. That's right, we can't do a gene clinic until this is done. That was what our limiting step was. Over here, we have that on the way in the queue, and we can just pile more things up in the queue. We're going to wait, though. The reason we're going to wait on that is I want it to give me an alert when the queue is finished, because then I'll tell it to begin the... Did we upgrade everybody's spaceport? Everybody's spaceport except for this one. Upgrade all the things. Okay, and then meanwhile, we're going to crap out some more. We have the computer upgrade now, which is nice. We still have crap deflectors. But over here, I want to see if I can jam on... Actually, I can't really get the computer upgrade with this level of power, unless I swap something like that off. Evade and combat speed is probably more worthwhile than having armor. This ship has like more power than we know what to do with, but that'll be useful later for when we have to upgrade all of this shit. Okay, so we have computer upgrades. We have computer upgrades successfully, so now we can upgrade the whole fleet. Again, when this is done.
Construction complete.
Research station. Sit on your ass. Sit on your ass. Blink in the far right for the last planet. Gene Clinic. What's that? I'm trying to remember which one we were talking about. This pop is almost completed, which is good. This pop is completed. We are going to activate that and then upgrade it. He's going to do that. Repairs, upgrades, everything is trucking along. Amar Prime. Blank in the far right, got it. The other blank at the top later for mineral silo, right there. I see.
Construction complete.
We're just sort of running around and putting research outposts on things because we have the... Look at Given, Jesus. There's so little for this guy to do. I might have him come over here and start constructing the main area, because the next time this expands, I'll have something to do over here. We'll see. Waiting for our borders to expand.
Vessels upgraded.
That's good.
Construction complete.
Since we have so much cash here, wow. Alright, so that happened. The Gene Clinic is on its way. Once the Gene Clinic is built, we're gonna do a mining network. And then we're gonna just like upgrade the shit out of all this stuff. Suddenly that building speed upgrade doesn't seem like such a bad idea.
Construction complete.
All is chillin'. We're just waiting, building pops. Not much to do until then. This fleet here. We could build some more destroyers while we're at it. We're just gonna build a massive fucking war fleet because we can. That's about 10 naval strength right there. That's good.
Star system.
What are your
charted.
politics? We are fanatic materialists and pacifists. Research. Alright, what do we got? Quantum missiles. Or, ooh, both of these are pretty tempting. Robot mod points to help improve our farming bots, or we could actually do bigger missiles. They're both huge, expensive technologies. Make sure to build a huge coalition so there are no wars. I'm surrounded by militarists. I don't think that'll work. My ships seem low on defenses. You know, it's early game yet, so we don't really have too much. I think going for robot stuff, 43 months is going to be the way to go. Yeah, we're going to get, as soon as we have the opportunity, we're going to keep building up our shields. We've got a lot of ships. We've got more ships than the bad guys. Okay, so here we go. We've relocated the Dathnak. And their new homeworld has crazy science research. It's kind of funny. All right. We saved the gas giant people. Alright, we've also finished our research in this area, so we're going to go back to just automatic exploration up here and do the same. Get those guys going. Kerbal is not yet in our borders, which is tragic, really. Why don't you go build a research station there? Alright, back to chilling and billing. Now, that's what I was going to do. We have so much fucking extra resource. We're going to go talk to the artisan troop and see what they can give us. So, I'm not sure how this works, but let's see. We say we want to be a patron. So you got an art piece. An art monument. Wow. That is crazy Unity output. Yeah, the music on Stellaris really is second to none. I kind of want to do it. I've never done this in any other game, and having better Unity will be pretty cool for us. Alright, so we have now done the monument thing. What do you mean you're migrating to Poitad? Oh, I guess you're migrating because you have no space to live, because everything here is some sort of vastly overbuilt hellscape. We need physics research, so we're going to do physics lab. I'm wondering if any of these I could turn into a art monument and see what that looks like. This is my best planet that is as done up as it can get. So let's take a look. Well, we kind of want people migrating to either Poitad or to Amar Prime. 8 Unity is crazy good. Yep, okay, we're gonna put this here. That should be fun. And we'll have him man the art monument when the time comes. And then we're going to go ahead and build a biolab here because in a hydroponics farm, because we're going to have that pop finished eventually. Are there expansions for Stellaris? Yeah, there's a bunch of expansions. One is coming up. Build more cube stars. That's basically what we've been doing here with our ridiculous military production program. At some point, we might want to colonize again.
Star system charted.
Good on them. We do have some...
Construction complete.
Take a look over here. What do we got? Surveyed this. Somebody leveled up. Whatever. Somebody built a research station. Also, whatever. This is sort of brings us to the tall versus wide concept. Like, I'm wondering if we should start... We have the cash also to start terraforming planets, so we could potentially look into building more planets, terraforming some of the big ones. So, for example, yes, for everybody who's not a... Our farming droids can live here just fine, but that's not exactly how that works. So some of these places we could, like Gekitum, we could potentially try to terraform this place and make it not shit. I don't really know whether what people think, like whether we should be aiming to do more colonies or whether we should just be chill for now. Wait for atmospheric manipulation before terraforming. Okay.
Star system charted.
Cool. We have a lot of influence built up, so like we could start looking into getting another. Alright, Xyrus just doesn't really have anything more to do construction-wise. These guys are migrating, and then we'll have somebody else to live there. Poitot has all of this shit going on. Poitot is a very busy place. Hobos. They'll have something to do soon. They'll be working at Gene Clinic. Alright, we succeeded. We got our planetary administration built. That's good. So now we're going to upgrade all the things. Cool. That'll keep people busy there. Fight some liberation wars, then federate or subjugate. That seems reasonable. We do seem to be at sort of like a point in our imperial process where we have almost total military supremacy, and we're continuing to crap out more destroyers. And if I start attacking some of these guys, it will be hilarious. So that's a good idea. Let's go to war. War is a force that gives us meaning.
Construction complete.
Okay. So then that'll give us a question, which is, which of these guys do we want to go to war against? I guess the answer to that will be which one is going to be the biggest threat to us that we want to fucking kneecap. Let's see. Less fleet power, less fleet power, less fleet power. Okay, so basically we can kick everybody's ass. That is good to see. These guys are a warp empire, so it kind of seems like... Do they have 2 planets here? Wow. So this one system with 2 planets, if we liberate this system, that's 2 of their planets off the table, and that'd be pretty good. These guys we don't really want to fight a liberation war against because they're far away that we don't really need to. We could, however, attempt to liberate their homeworld here, which would be hilarious. Looks like they haven't really expanded or done all that much. These guys, a Hyperlane Empire, so liberating this is certainly closest to us. Well, the thing about a liberation war is we could potentially do both. Yeah, these guys are aggressive militarists, so if as Ezra is pointing out, that if I weaken these guys, then their rivals, the Gulfurp, will just kill them, and then we'll just have a border with the Gulfurp, which doesn't really help anything. So that implies that the place for a war of liberation should be here, of anything, of basically just going to war against these guys who are our closest actual neighbors, and then if we get a friendly Quisling Empire going on here, that further blocks off all these hyperlane routes and forces the Shabtak into this zone. Alright, well, we have our target, so that's pretty cool. If we do want to go to war against the Shabtak, we need to make sure that we have our fleets further here, because we'll need to send them down here. We'll also start needing to make a bunch of transports. So this is going to take a bit, but we'll get there. Love to war. Okay. Let's figure out how we're going to do this. We're going to need a general as well as a leader, because we're going to need to start crapping out armies. Robotic defense army, robotic assault army. Ooh, that's tempting. Cold and heartless killing machines. I like the sound of that. Our assault army is actually... There's really not too much of a difference here. I mean, these guys have more health and more morale. I don't really know that I wanted to pay the maintenance cost because I'm at 18 here. I think I'm just going to build assault armies. And then I'm going to need a general. So Xyrus is going to work on that while we start getting our fleets moved around. Let's see what our tech situation is
Star
here.
system charted.
Hyperdrive will probably be done in time for war.
Anomaly found. Star system charted.
I don't think these guys have anything to do at the moment.
Construction complete. Construction complete.
Alrighty. Xyrus is just cranking out armies as fast as it can. Let's take a quick tour through our planets. Xyrus, of course, is completely maxed out, so there's nothing to do. Null is not building anything currently, and there's really not much for Null to do. Do we build our gene clinic here yet? No, we haven't built a gene clinic here. There's not really any empty space to build a gene clinic on here. Oh, we are building it. Sorry, it's right there. Slid me. That's done, and we'll do that, and then we'll build that. Number 3. Or number 5, as the case may be. That system is going to be building forever. Alright. These guys are all built up. Okay, so basically our planetary crap is out of the way. Fleet cap for 1 more destroyer and 1 more corvette. We will build that on Xyrus. And we will need to recruit a general. That's what I was going to do. I guess I can do that up here in the leader screen. Generals, we have... Okay, we can have Eager, we don't care about that. Butcher. Logistics. I think a Butcher sounds pretty good. General Azir. That's appropriate. Okay, so we have our general. We have... Is there like following along? All right. So that's our plan. Our plan is for get the starport just in case. Keep cranking out armies as fast as we can. And I guess for the liberation, we could try to go for 2 to liberate 2 planets. Or we could just try to aim for the 1.
Construction complete.
I think my spaceports are fully upgraded already. Yeah, I'm right at the verge of cruisers.
Anomaly found.
We try to liberate their homeworld and this. I don't know whether we can pull that off with a war score,
Star
but
system
we'll see what we can do.
charted.
Armies, armies, armies. These guys should be merging.
Construction complete.
Cool story.
Star system charted. Star system charted.
And new habitability, that's good. Okay, so adaptive bureaucracy, atmospheric manipulation, wildlife removal. We do have some wildlife to get rid of. We're nearly at the cap of our leaders, but not too badly. Do we want to go for crazy terraforming? Or do we want to get rid of these last tile blockers? I think we have dangerous wildlife on... We have like 2 wildlife tile blockers, and that's it. Let's see. Hypercom form for more Unity. That's interesting. I didn't realize that was a Unity building. That's pretty useful. Okay, we'll go with what Azure and Argent suggests, and we'll work on that for Unity. Let's make this fleet a rally point. And let's make Xyrus not a rally point. We're still going to be making a lot of... Okay, so basically, like, Medea and Unit. So if we liberate both of those. Is it worth going to war before we have succeeded in building our armies? Or should we just sort of go ahead and get stuck in? And the armies we can sort of backfill later after we destroy all of their spaceports and everything they've ever known and loved. We just have to basically make them sue for peace in the first place and give up. So we're going to start positioning our army here. Let me see if there's any other upgrades. For by our army, I mean our navy. If there's any other upgrades or anything we should do with our ships. Have we built that yet? 14 months. No, I'm not going to wait for that. Fuck it. I think we're good. So we're going to move this down here. Go to war, take out the spaceships, and then wait until the army is ready. Damn straight. Let's fucking kill something. Our energy production has kind of gone down because we've been building a ton of buildings and not just buildings, but research outposts here, there, and everywhere. I think I'm going to have some of these construction ships just park for now. Have you return. Alright. Please get an orbit. Hyperlane games. I don't know about what's easier to defend or not on that. This is a mixed game. Like, these guys are... Whoa! What the fuck is this? What the fuck is this, you fucking geckos? Are you fucking kidding me? Well, this changes things. They jumped past us because they're a warp empire, and they can do that. Speaking of warp empires being annoying. We've got a shitty little planet inside of our sphere of influence. We could try to liberate that. That is totally unacceptable. Let's see. Can I get them to cede that planet to us? If I liberate it now, it'll just die. Let's see. It's not necessarily a bad thing. Well, do we go after the Shabtak Imperium, or do we deal with this incursion here into our territory? It has basically like no population at all. It's currently still being colonized. Okay, I'm gonna fucking kill these guys, because that is just unacceptable. Yeah, so you're a bitch. And I want you to... That is interesting. As a pacifist, you can actually make them cede a planet if it is being colonized. So I can't do any of this because I'm a pacifist still, which kind of sucks. I might want to change from being a pacifist to doing something else. And I could also liberate this planet to just keep them away from me because they're there, and that's pretty annoying. Or I could just have a limited war and just get them to cede that planet to me. I think we're going to do that and just be done with it. We're just going to have them cede Spica.
We have declared war to safeguard our interests.
We have declared war to safeguard our interest. That is very accurate. Alright, let's take this fucking fleet and send it over here. And then how are we on armies? We have like 9 armies already. I'm going to embark. Okay, well we only have 4. That sucks. Never mind. To keep building armies. I'm at war with the guys south of you two. They had a defensive pact. Interesting. I am now. That's true. So, does this mean that I should go kill them all or what? So if I go attack these guys without attacking these guys, then it's going to be a big messy thing. But this is an opportunity for me to like blow up some of their frontier outposts. I don't actually have any options to these guys because of what has happened. I'm confused. So these guys have a defensive pact, so they have declared war against us.
Anomaly found.
It's a mutual thing. More traditions. We don't actually do any assist research or anything like that. So I think I'm going to go ahead and do Boldly Go. Again, shit all over the south. I mean, what does that mean? Like, I can get a war score. Like, basically, if I can just engage in a high war score activity against the people who have they have a defensive pact with, does that mean that I get to get the other people to cede? These are difficult questions. So, essentially, I could go to war here because these guys have a defensive pact and then force the war score up such that these guys then cede Spica to me. Okay, that's kind of ridiculous, but we'll do it. We'll go back to our original plan. Turn the fleets around. Alien specimen. Interesting.
Situation log updated.
We're still building stuff. So basically we can go down here and shit stomp all over these guys, and then their buddies will have to declare peace on us and give us the system. That's not immediately obvious.
Star system charted.
How are we doing on military production here? We still need more armies.
Anomaly found. Star system charted.
Let's hope that my science ship runs away effectively.
Enemy presence exposed. Tactical retreat.
1.7k. Heading towards Velderon. Interesting. That's bad, potentially. So they're up there and looks kind of like they're headed towards Amar. Take the scientist off the ship in case he gets killed. Oh, they have a transport fleet. It's a good call. We wouldn't want him to die. Okay, so that succeeded. We're going to attack here.
Enemy presence exposed. Tactical retreat.
Okay, so the bad guys are going to Amar. I should probably build a bunch of defensive armies on Amar because I haven't done that yet. Okay.
Besieging enemy spaceport.
There we go. Whoa. So here we are, and we're caught in some sort of a defensive field here from this shit. A defense platform, which is doing some sort of nasty stuff to us. So we can attack the spaceport.
Enemy presence exposed.
Wow, well, that's dying fast. Okay, so we already killed these guys.
Attacking enemy assets. Enemy presence exposed. Attacking enemy assets.
Set my fleet to aggressive, that's a good idea, so I can just have this do this automatically. What am I doing?
Spaceport under attack.
Okay, so now these guys are attacking my spaceport, of course. Now these guys are going to try to go after Amar over here. We have a pretty upgraded spaceport, so it's going to be an interesting thing to see what happens here.
Technology secured.
Is our spaceport going to be badass enough to fight these guys off? Which it might be able to. We'll see. Roughly even in power. Hyperlane research is good. Improved deflectors seems like a pretty good idea right around now. All we have to do is basically beat this fleet down past critical mass, and then hopefully the starport will take care of things, but maybe not. It looks like it's going to lose. These guys have PDSs, so that's good. I mean, that's pretty bad. So these guys have begun to send a bunch of shit at Amar. So we're now going to take our big pile of armies here and send them to Media. Then we need to figure out what we're going to be doing about the fact that we are on the verge of potentially losing this place if we don't... We were unprepared. We're building robotic defense armies as fast as we can. We'll have our killer robots try to make sure that nothing happens here.
Technology secured.
Meanwhile, we keep succeeding tagging. Speaking of robots, cruisers! Finally. Well, we're obviously going to do that. If Amar gets occupied, it isn't a problem. That's interesting. Building a new fleet insignia to Amar would be interesting. I do have the minerals for it. I would go way over my fleet cap, but that probably doesn't matter from the perspective of this. I need to build up something that can defeat like a 1500 point. It's a good opportunity for us to upgrade our ship designs because we actually do now have Hyperdrive 2 for all of our ships. None of the rest of this stuff needs to be upgraded. Good, good, good. We can just start working on cranking out dudes because God knows we have the everything to pull this off. We have a much bigger doom stack than the other guys. It's going to take a while to get killing stations and occupying planets. Should I have this group that's bombarding media move on to blow up other stuff, or just keep them there until
Enemy presence
this place is conquered?
exposed. Construction complete. Star system charted.
Everybody in Mar is unemployed because it's kind of hard to work when you're getting bombarded. Alright, my transports are slowly making their way over here.
Construction complete. Construction complete.
Alright, meanwhile, while we're doing this, Poitad is like doing all sorts of stuff. Look, while we weren't paying attention, our newly genetically, our gene clinic meant that we just have Xyrus everywhere on this planet, which is pretty cool. But it also means we need to build some stuff for these guys. How are we doing on food? We have more food than we know what to do with, so we're going to turn this into a mining network. And that's fine. And then this here is a recent immigrant. That's why we have this guy here. We're actually getting to the point where we need more power, so I'm going to have him come over here. And then I'm going to have a power plant built. Like so. This can be upgraded. We're going to do that. This can be reactivated. This can be turned into a power plant. I'm going to turn it into a power plant. And a Mar Prime, it just sort of sucks to be right now. Put your happiest pop center Unity producers. That's an interesting idea. I hadn't thought about that. These guys all need upgrades like crazy anyway. Okay. We are coming to the end of our 2-hour stream here. We are losing energy credits. Yes, because we have a massive fleet. People are unemployed. Our shit is getting bombarded. We're at war with literally anyone and everyone. Basically, everything's on fire. We declared war. I'm going to see about completing... I want to conquer this fucking thing before we... Where are my transports? God damn it. Army recruitment finished. That's good. Alright, so our transport fleet has reached Media, I should say. I want you guys to go over here and land armies, because this has now been done. So we're going to conquer this fucking thing. And then we are going to Old Gods. We're going to come here and we're going to fucking land on this planet. Here you can see our troops going down there.
Planetary invasion commenced.
And then we get to watch us fighting these guys, and hopefully we'll win. Actually, it looks like we might not. I don't know. I hadn't looked at the number of bad guys we had versus our guys. Looks like we're winning. We have a general, they don't.
Ground
and
invasion
wow!
force has seized
Okay,
the planet.
cool. Alright. So now we have all these fucking enslaved caterpillars. Actually, they are enslaved by their own people because they're like that. So sure enough, because we have taken something out here, we have one. That's fantastic. So that's a perfect timing for us to end the stream for today. So our review of everything, again, I do this at the end of each stream such that I can remember where to pick up next time. Where are we? Well, these fucking Geico Gecko Caterpillar motherfuckers built a colony behind my frontier outpost, which was intended to block them. So we went to war with the objective of these guys seeding the planet. And based upon Azra and Argent's advice, instead of actually attacking this area here, we began attacking their neighbors who are in a defensive pact, our other allies. We've occupied a planet of Media, and we're going to go probably kill their frontier outpost next and then siege their homeworld and just wreak as much havoc as we can on these neighbors in order to get their buddies to give up and give us this planet. Unfortunately for us, the moment that we actually attacked over here, these bitches sent a fleet to Amar Prime and are busy bombarding it. So we are obviously unhappy about that, and we're busy trying to build up as many armies as we can, speaking of, to prevent an invasion of Amar. So we just need 20 war score, 20 plus war score, and we'll have gotten that. So right now we're gaining war score for occupation. They have yet to occupy Amar, they just have a fleet on top of it, so that's interesting. It did go from from where awesome shit is on fire. Actually, I'm not really sure whether things are on fire or not, because I've never fought a war like this before. I didn't expect them to send a fleet to Amar Prime. But if they don't get any war score, see, they don't get any war score from just being on top of Amar right now. So all we got to do is just keep at it and blow some stuff up, and then the bad guys will be forced to concede and give us Spica. So next stream, we're going to pick up where we left off. We will be dealing with the occupation of Amar Prime by building war robots on the surface and basically just telling everybody there to suck it up while we kill people over here. And then we're going to go kill this fucking frontier outpost and then siege these idiots' homeworld and make them pay. So thank you guys for watching. I hope that you enjoy the 2-hour format. I know it's kind of hard to follow along for a full 4 hours, so we're going to do these as 2-hour streams going forward. And thank you all very much, and we will be back next Sunday for more adventures of Space War with the Xyrus Directorate. I hope you guys were entertained.